All right. So part three, the investment ladder. So why your price should match your depth and not the market. So here you have many things that you clearly see, right? You see clearly what we are talking about here and how you can actually develop your own strategy. If this is part of the webinar series and you just want to make sure that you're watching other episode or other part of this webinar or just watching the whole webinar together. All right. So the investment ladder. I'm going to spend time explaining this in clearly, but we're just showing you what it looks like. So we have here, just want to hide this. You have here three tiers, right? Anchored to depth and not on the all or nothing number. So those days of all or nothing numbers have to go away and give room to these three tiers. And we'll tell you exactly how those tiers are being arranged. So tier number one, entry offer. So this is an accessible way in. It absorbs hesitation and objection. Keyword here is absorption, right? If you think about it that way, that as for the objections in your market about your price, they will come. People will think whatever they want to think. But can you build a system that will allow you to still sell despite their, I mean, objections, right? That's why you build a system that absorb the objections, right? And any form of hesitation. So the entry offer does that. It absorbs any level of, so you look at basically if somebody, is the most hesitant or at the lowest level of hesitation or with the highest level of objections, what is the least amount that they will willing to spend on me or to spend on my products or my service for what I'm offering? And they will be comfortable with that. They will still have the objection, but they know that okay, they need this thing, they're willing to pay this type of money. So you definitely, when you look at your ICP and how much you usually make monthly or yearly or whatever it is, you can have a number. You can have a number. Okay, if the one who doesn't believe me at all, who doesn't believe me that much, who is so skeptical, right? How much will he be willing to just, I mean, we can use the word like waste or like throw or just like try it on me, right? How much will you be willing to try on me, right? To just have an experience of me. So it's an entry level thing. It's not supposed to be expensive. As you can see, is a ladder, is a progressive thing. Tier two, the signature package. So this is a primary offer, and most prospects self-select here. So as much you're having this one because you have quite a number of people that have the strongest objection. But if your product is genuinely good and helps people, most of them will be in the middle in terms of believing in you and not believing in you that much, right? So they'll be in that middle. Most people, the largest number of people will be in that middle. Unless you are really new with no proof, with fishy stuff, right? Things that are hard to believe, nothing illegal, not anything illegal, but like very, very hard to believe. That's why you have most of your target audience or most of your ICP just going for this particular thing. Because most people just don't believe you. They don't believe you. They don't believe your expertise. They cannot see any proof or results. They cannot see anything. That's what makes them land in mass numbers over here. That's what we shall like. But most of the time, you will be in the if you actually have proofs and expertise, you even be in the you have a lot more people, right, believing in you, believing what you can do, right, and just a few of them having doubts. The doubters will still be there because of many reasons that don't even have anything to do with you. So most people will rather embrace the signature package. They will embrace it, right? And then here you have the top tier offer. You must have something like that. You must believe that somebody will come to your business and like really go all in on you, even after the first encounter, right? Without having done business with you, go all in on you. So tier number three, top tier offer, right? So for the most invested clients, price at full depth. So it's based on like what you can try to deliver. So you remember that biggest delivery that you did, that biggest value creation that you did in the past, right? These are the clients that are willing to give you to pay you for this particular for the fullness of your capacity, the fullness of your ability. And these are the clients that everybody wants. That kind of everybody. But as much as we want those clients, we must give room for all other ones. Somebody's first order may start at entry level, right? and then later they go for the signature package, and some few months later you see them at the top tier offer. So not everybody that pays here is actually broke, or doesn't have a future with you, but you must give them room to start a journey with you. I think that's really the best way you want to look at it. Giving everybody in your marketplace, right, room to start a journey with you. All right. So part one incurs to death, not competitors. So it genuinely, just quickly going over it again. So a genuinely solve to the core free asset is proof of real death, and that proof is what justifies the real price for the personalized version, not the competitor's number. And then the second thing you want to consider here is that use a ladder, not just one number. So at least three price points remove the all or nothing negotiation. So a prospect who can't yet justify the top tier still has somewhere to land rather than walking away. So most coaches just want the top tier. But then the prospect who doesn't believe yet that you are worth that type of money doesn't have to walk away. There's room for him to learn. And that's just the beauty of that. So this is deliberately the final chapter, right, of this entire series. Not the least important one. That's what we want to understand. So why pricing comes last? So a price increase built on top of a genuinely functioning visibility, asset, conversion, delivery system is far more durable than one attempted in isolation, right? Before the rest of the system is in place. So the other part of the system has been put in place. So many amazing things have been seen. We dealt with the authority, we dealt with the dilution effect, we dealt with many wrong, right, conceptions when it comes to visibility that hinders people from actually making the most out of visibility online. And after doing that, it's most obvious that you should put your price at the right level and give room to people to do business with you, right? To start a journey with you. That's the whole thing. I think you want to look at it as well, like any friendship or any relationship at all in life. The first day or the first weeks of meeting someone, rarely do you tell them all your secrets. Rarely do you tell them like your biggest thing, or the things that you hold so dear to yourself, right? So the price things are not usually put up front. So the most prized things are usually not put up front. You put the things that you value the most in this whole journey later down the line, right? To when trust has been built, when the walls or the limitations or the barriers to a deeper fellowship have been built. All right. So the investment ladder again at a glance. So if you have an entry price on entry tier. So this is accessible, this absorb, hesitation, right? And then we have the signature, the primary offer. Most self-select here, right? This is what most people do. If most people actually do that. So what you actually think is a fair thing, right? Based on your expertise and your depth, should actually be the signature offer. What people will be, it will be a risk and also not a risk. Comfortable. And the top tier is like they are going all on you. They believe you are they are willing to watch the value that you created in the past, right? How much of it, for example, if you created $1 million in value, it is fair and sensible for you to have a package that somebody can pay $100,000 for, 10% of it. So anywhere 5% to 15% of it, 20% of it is still justifiable for somebody who has created $1 million in offer in value. So that's the kind of picture you want to have. And if you have the proof of that, people will be willing to come for you. Right. So here we come to the end of this webinar. So you already know what your depth is worth. Let's build your ladder together. So if you need assistance, you would like to hear our thoughts personally towards your business on your pricing, you can book a free 15-minute consulting or discovery call with us. And we would like to hear from you, right? We like to hear from you.